Evil. Just the word alone sends a chill down your spine. It's not something we always see. It's something we feel. It doesn't walk in with fanfare or announce itself in thunder. Evil is much smarter than that. It hides behind smiles, false kindness, and carefully polished masks. It lives not in shadows but in plain sight, slipping through doorways we trust the most, schools, temples, and even homes of those we love. What makes it so terrifying is how normal it looks. It doesn't need to hide in dark alleys. It thrives in the spaces we believe are safe. It smiles at you across dinner tables. It calls you friend. But something changes the moment you see it. When you recognize what it truly is. Not confused, not naive anymore. Evil reacts. It doesn't lash out. It calculates. It begins a quiet war through manipulation, intimidation, control. And that's exactly what this journey is about. Today, with the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy, we'll unmask evil, not with rage, but with unshakable clarity. Let's begin. Have you ever felt something off? You walk into a room, and suddenly, the air shifts. No one says a word, but something deep inside you tenses. That's not imagination. That's vibration. We live in a world made of energy. Everything and everyone radiates a frequency. And when someone harbors dark intent, their energy doesn't hide. It radiates. Your instincts feel it before your mind can name it. When evil realizes you've seen through its disguise, it doesn't always lash out with words. It shifts. The smiles become tighter, the questions sharper. They probe, they pry, and everything they say has a silent message behind it. I know you see me, and I won't let you walk away easily. That's the game. Not loud, not obvious, but unsettling. They weaponize presence, creating unease not by action but by atmosphere. I've lived it. A colleague I once trusted turned cold after I recognized who they really were. They didn't confront me. They hovered. They asked questions they didn't need answers to. They watched me, waiting for me to trip, to doubt myself. But I didn't react. I didn't flinch. And slowly, their power began to fade. Because here's what Stoic wisdom reminds us. You are not disturbed by events, but by your judgment of them. Epictetus. These strange vibrations are just a test, a chance to prove your calm is stronger than their chaos. And when you stop reacting, you take away their power. Lies are never isolated. They come in chains, one forging the next, weaving a web so tangled even the liar forgets what's real. When someone with malicious intent is exposed, they rarely stop and say, "You're right." They double down. They spin new stories, more elaborate than the last. Not to explain, but to confuse, to control. You see, a lie isn't just a tool, it's a trap. And the worst part? They don't just deceive others, they deceive themselves. Epictetus once said, "A man cannot learn what he thinks he already knows." Those who lie habitually build a world so fake, even truth becomes an enemy. They craft reality to protect their ego, not the people around them. And the deeper the lie, the further they drift from integrity, from peace, from themselves. I've seen this up close. A friend, someone I trusted, once came to me desperate, saying he was in financial crisis. I didn't hesitate. I helped. But I later found out the money wasn't used to survive. It was used to indulge. When I confronted him, he didn't confess. He blamed others, blamed me, spun a new narrative, designed not to reveal truth, but to bury it. And that's what liars do. They don't apologize. They redirect. They rewrite reality until you question your memory, your emotions, even your sanity. But Stoicism reminds us, it's not the lie that hurts you, it's how you choose to respond. Truth needs no defense. Lies crumble in silence. So stay calm. Let them build their tower of deceit. You don't need to knock it down. Just refuse to stand under it. Some people don't show up in your life because they care. They show up because they need something. They knock when the house is warm. They sit at your table when the food is ready. But when the storm hits, they vanish. At first, they seem genuine, supportive, present, helpful. They know what to say and exactly when to say it. But the moment you need them, silence. And once the chaos passes, they reappear, this time with polished excuses. I didn't want to make things worse. I figured you needed space. I was just busy. But don't mistake their return for loyalty. It's not guilt. It's opportunity. They're not coming back for you. They're coming back for what you give them. I've lived this lesson. A colleague once stood by me in every project, offering help, advice, long nights of teamwork. I thought he was the real deal, a brother in arms. Then came my moment of crisis. Work collapsed. I needed support. He disappeared, no calls, no texts, no presence. Only after the dust settled did he return, smiling like nothing happened. That's when I understood. He wasn't there for me. He was there for what I could offer. Marcus Aurelius said it best. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. You can't control who walks in and out, but you can decide who stays. Kindness is not weakness. It's a strength, but only when you protect it with boundaries. Because real friends don't appear only when they benefit. They show up when it costs them something. You open up. You share your pain, your doubts, your fears. And instead of comfort, you get this. Why didn't you see that coming? Why would you even do that? It doesn't sound like an insult, but it cuts like one. This isn't empathy. It's psychological warfare in disguise, a tactic used by toxic people to make you feel small, to make you question your worth, your choices, your instincts. They want you to shrink so they can rise. They disguise it as concern. They say they're just being honest. But what they're really doing is building a cage, one you walk into willingly because you start to believe you deserve it. And when you believe that, you become easier to control. I've experienced it myself. Someone I once considered a friend, always supportive, always honest. But every time I shared an idea or decision, they'd hit back with subtle digs. That's obvious. You didn't think this through, did you? At first, I thought they were just blunt. Later, I realized they were planting seeds of doubt, and it worked for a while. Until I remembered something Marcus Aurelius said. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Their words only hold power if you let them. Their judgment only wounds if you open the door. So I stopped. I stopped explaining, stopped seeking approval, and suddenly, their influence evaporated. Remember, you are not stupid. You are not weak. You are not their puppet. You are stronger than the games they play. Stand tall in your truth, and let their mockery echo into silence. They've been exposed. You've seen through the lies, their manipulation, their cruelty, no longer hidden. So what do? They reinvent themselves, not in silence, not in sincerity, but through story. a carefully crafted narrative full of pain, regret, and transformation. They don't apologize. They perform. And the scariest part? They make you doubt your own memory. Suddenly, the one who hurt you becomes the victim. They tell tales of trauma, of misunderstood intentions. And part of you wants to believe them, because you're human, because you care. I've seen it happen. A person I once trusted revealed their true nature, manipulative, deceitful. When I confronted them, they didn't own it. Instead, they painted a picture of their growth, of the pain that shaped them, of how they'd changed. At first, it sounded real. I even questioned myself. Was I too harsh? Was I wrong? But then I noticed the pattern, the timing, the convenience of it all. It wasn't accountability, it was strategy. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, and those who think in lies will live in disguise. Evil people don't change overnight. They rebrand, not to seek forgiveness, but to regain control. And if you're not careful, they'll rewrite your truth too. So when someone suddenly returns with a new image, a polished story, a softer voice, pause. Listen, not just to their words, but to your instincts. Because real change doesn't come with a costume. It comes with action, and often silence. They hurt you. They manipulated you. They twisted the truth until it bent completely in their favor. But when you finally call it out, when you stand in your truth and say, "This is what you've done," what do? They look at you with wide eyes and play innocent. Wait, what? I didn't even realize. Why didn't you tell me sooner? It's not confusion. It's not forgetfulness. It's strategy. Because if they can make you doubt your experience, if they can twist reality just enough, you'll start asking yourself, am I being too sensitive? Did I overreact? That's the game. Feigning ignorance to avoid accountability, pretending they didn't know, acting like you're the problem. This isn't humility. It's psychological manipulation. I've seen it firsthand. Someone I once trusted took advantage of my kindness. When I finally spoke up, hoping for honesty, they blinked and said, "Oh, I didn't know you felt that way. Why didn't you speak up earlier?" I walked away feeling not just hurt, but confused. And that's exactly what they wanted. Confusion is control. But Stoic wisdom gave me clarity. Epictetus said, "We are not disturbed by events themselves, but by the way we interpret them. They may pretend, they may play dumb, but you know what happened. And that truth, your truth, doesn't need their permission. You are not crazy. You are not overreacting. You are awake. So let them act. Let them deny. You don't need them to confess. You just need to stop giving them the power to rewrite your reality. Manipulation doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, with kindness, with concern, with love. They don't come with threats. They come with smiles, with, "I just want what's best for you." But make no mistake, this is control wrapped in velvet. True manipulators don't force you. They steer you. They learn your weaknesses, your hopes, your guilt, and they use them, not to help you, but to hold you. They make you question your judgment, your memory, your independence. You start second-guessing yourself. You stop making decisions without their input, and slowly, your life becomes theirs. I've heard the stories. A mother who gently whispers, "Are you sure they won't hurt you?" Think about the mistakes you made last time. A partner who says, "You can't handle that without me." What do you know besides earning money? On the surface, it sounds like love, but underneath, it's fear, it's self-doubt, it's dependence. Stoic philosophy rejects that entirely. Marcus Aurelius didn't believe in controlling others or being controlled. He believed in self-mastery, in freedom of the mind. Because when someone else decides how you feel, how you move, what you're worth, you are no longer living, you're surviving in their shadow. But you can break free. It starts with boundaries, with number, with "that's not okay," with silence when their words seek to pull you back. Because manipulation only works when you believe you are powerless. And the truth is, you're not. You've always had the strength. Now it's time to use it. You've seen the signs, you've felt the shift, and now you understand. Evil doesn't always roar. Sometimes it smiles. Sometimes it hugs you. Sometimes it says it loves you. But behind those words, behind those masks, there are patterns. Control, confusion, manipulation, each one a trap, disguised as care. You've faced them all, and now you know. The moment you see evil clearly, it reacts. But the truth is, you don't need to fight it with rage. You don't need to prove anything. Your greatest weapon is clarity. Your greatest defense is inner peace. Stoic philosophy teaches us that no one can truly harm you unless you surrender your mind. They may try to twist your words, your memory, your confidence, but they can never twist your truth unless you let them. So stand in it, breathe in it, own it. Because every time you choose calm over chaos, every time you set a boundary, every time you refuse to play their game, you take back your power. Let the manipulators reveal themselves. Let the liars keep spinning stories. Let the deceivers wear new masks. You walk forward, unshaken, unbothered, unbreakable. You don't need revenge. You don't need permission. You just need peace and the strength to protect it. So, what did this awaken in you? Did you see someone you know or someone you used to be? Let your story be your strength. And if this wisdom helped you, share it, spread it, live it. Until next time, stay strong, stay resolute, and always protect the peace within your soul.